14th. This is how the sun was looking in my previous video. Coming up, I say moon, but I really meant the sun. Look at this. Y'all, look at the moon. Just so people don't even think that this is fake. Look at the moon. What y'all think that means? This is how it looks just far away. Come over there. Look at the moon though, y'all.
Sirach 36 and 1-8. Have mercy upon us, O Lord, power of all, and behold us, and send thy fear upon all nations that seek not after thee. Lift up thy hand against the strange nations, and let them see thy power. As thou wast sanctified in us before them, so be thou magnified among them before us, and let them know thee as we have known thee. And there is no power but only thou, O power. Show new signs and make others strange wonders. Glorify thy hand and thy right arm, that they may set forth thy wondrous works. Raise up indignation and pour out wrath, and take away the adversary and destroy the enemy. Sake the time short, remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wonderful works. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the elect, and much respect to the brothers pushing his word in the four winds of the earth. And shalom to you few sincere sisters out there as well. This is Brother Abiyah coming at you with another lesson. And as you can see, the Lord is showing us various signs that the time is near. We at the end, man. You know, you got the MOTB coming out. That's why they got all these processing data centers, you know, for the chip. You know, there's a lot of things going on right now, man. Of course, we know about the war and, you know, various other things that are going on, but these signs as well. You know, the Most High showed us signs when we were held captive in Egypt, okay? And now, this is modern day Egypt, modern day Babylon, you know, modern day Greece, you know, modern day Sodom and Gomorrah is what we live at right now. That's why it's called Babylon the Great, because it's a mixture of so many other empires, you know, before, you know, this came about, man. It's a mixture of all these other great empires, or empires, I don't want to call them great, because we were in captivity under all these empires. But anyway, we're starting to see signs. You can see it, man. You know, even people that don't believe in the Most High, or don't believe in the Bible, can see for themselves the things that the Lord is showing, man. The Lord is showing so many signs. Um, let's get Deuteronomy. We get 7 and 18, 19. It says, "Thou shalt not be afraid of them," talking about the Egyptians, "but shalt well remember what thy Lord thy power did unto Pharaoh and unto all Egypt, the great temptations which thine eyes saw, and the signs, and the wonders, and the mighty hand, and the stretched out arm, whereby the Lord thy power brought thee out of. So shall the Lord thy power do unto all the people whom thou art afraid." The Lord's about to do these things again, man. You know, he's about to come and show his power. You know, and he's going to be exalted by all nations. Okay? Everyone's going to exalt the Heavenly Father because of what he's about to do. Everybody's going to know that he did it, man. You know? Second Esdras, not Second Esdras, I'm one, matter of fact, I did want Second Esdras. 15, 11, and 12, I believe. Yeah, it says, "But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. Then Egypt shall mourn." Egypt here is talking about America, aka Babylon the Great. It's talking about America, man. "Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it." Okay, and we starting to see that now. You know, with the coming famines. Let's just go over the plagues that the Most High sent before. All the rivers turned, the Nile River turned to blood. You know, there were frogs, a plague of frogs, gnats and lice and flies and livestock disease, you know, which is what? A famine. People couldn't eat. And that's coming here to Babylon the Great. Boils and hail and locusts and darkness. That's where we get people talking about there's going to be 3 days of darkness. See, they know that this is Babylon the Great. Okay? They know that. You know, people been talking about this for a minute as far as this being, as far as there being 3 days of darkness. I've been hearing that a lot, man. You know, and those are the plagues, or part of the plagues, as the Lord put on Egypt. You know, because Pharaoh wouldn't let us go. Okay? And, of course, the death of the firstborn. You know, when Yahweh Shai, who was that death angel, who went around killing the firstborn, you know, and what's happening there in Egypt too. Okay? And there's many death angels here in Babylon the Great, man. You know, I'm seeing a lot of people getting judged by animals. I just saw a video of a dude getting eaten alive by a crocodile, man. And some Arabs was cheering that shit on, man. They were just sitting there cheering it on. Of course, we all saw the bison video of the dude that got knocked in the air like that. And then there's another video of a child. She got too close to the cage of a lion. I believe it was a female lion. And the lion grabbed the little kid, man. You know, the lion was trying to eat her. And it took like 3 people to get the child away from the lion. I believe they had to like take her out her coat so she can get away. But these animals is yet another sign, the omen from the Lord. They're gonna start tearing people up, man. They're gonna start tearing people up. Hold on. Salakia. Yeah, I wanted to go Wisdom of Solomon real quick. Because it's talking about how it was in Egypt back then. And how it felt. Wisdom of Solomon 17:6. I'll start at 6. And I'll just read to 10 real quick. It says, only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful, for being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight that they saw not. As for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. Back then, of course, Egyptians, which were really Africans, the South Sudanese, the real tall, lanky Hamites were the Egyptians, man. And they the ones that really dealt with a lot of magic and things of that nature, man. That's where Esau learned all that shit from, man. And that's what they were heavy into. One case when that I can think of is when Aaron held the staff and one of Pharaoh's men held the staff, and they both turned to snakes, but Aaron's staff ate the other guy's staff. I know I'm saying it right, but that's an account that really happened. They into that magic, man. Let me see. For they that promise to drive away terrors and trouble them, a soul were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at. They was scared to death, man. The Lord, that's why they call the Lord the King of Terrors, man. For though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared, with beasts they passed by in hissing of serpents. They died for fear, denying that they saw the air, which could of no side be avoided. Okay? So nothing was there, but the Lord was playing tricks on them. It was so dark, they couldn't see what was right in front of them, man. So the Lord will have it seem like there was some type of beast walking by or, something real scary. Because the Lord knows what you fear. So the same thing that happened back then is going to happen here in Babylon the Great, man. People are going to have heart attacks because they're so fearful, and people don't think it's going to happen, but it's coming. It's coming, man. It's, let me get 2nd Ezra 9 real quick. It's definitely coming. I'll read 1 through 6 real quick. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when thou shalt be seen earthquakes, Okay, it was just a 7.6 earthquake. I can't remember where it was, but there was just, I got an alert on my phone, man. It was just a 7.6 earthquake, like a couple of days ago, man. So there's earthquakes all over the place, man. You know, if you don't have it on your phone, get that earthquake app. And uproars of the people in the world, and thou shalt then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings, and wonders, and powerful works, and endings, and effects, and signs. And that's what we're saying, man. You know, that's how we know Yahushua is near, man, because of all the things that are happening. You know, if you follow the prophecies, you know he's near. You know, he's not here yet, but he's on his way. You know, the time is shortened. You know, I did a lesson on that when I first got out of the hospital. You know, because time is so short, man. Time is so short. The days are going by so fast, man. So it lets you know, we're getting closer to the end. And we're going to have to go through a lot. But that's why the Lord is making our lives damn near unbearable right now, man. You know, that's something that I'm noticing. I mean, for myself. So, I mean, what the hell do I got to look back to and say, damn, now I want to be a part of this society. I don't want to lose it. I hate this shit, man. I hate this place. I hate everything about it. You know, you even get tired of the people. You know, because of the things that they do, the things they say. You know, you just get tired, man. And I, for one, am very tired. And there was another matter of fact, exalt the Lord, man. Daniel 4:3. I'll read 2 and 3. I thought it was good to show the signs and wonders that the high power hath wrought toward me. How great are his signs, and how mighty are his wonders. His kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and his dominion is from generation to generation. You know? So, the Lord, man, the Lord is working right now, man. You know, showing us these signs. You know, I can't stress that enough, man. You know, I can't really get outside the way I used to, but, I mean, just look in the skies, man. Just look in the skies. Always keep your eye to the sky, man. There's another thing I wanted to touch on real quick, man. Was what was it, Job? Now, Salakia. Yeah, it was Job 41. Yeah, Job 41. Now, y'all might say, yo, that's AI or whatever. And yeah, it could be AI. The last two pictures that I showed are the underwater, the pictures underwater or whatever. But Leviathan, that's another prophecy, man. Leviathan is going to show his head, man. You know? And that's what those pictures are depicting. You know, and they made AI to so you wouldn't be able to distinguish what's real and what's not real, man. That's why they made AI. Because so many things are being shown right now from the Heavenly Father that they don't want nobody to know, man. So they want to make it seem like it's fake. I'm not saying them pictures are real. I'm not saying that because I don't know. I'm just a man. But what I'm saying is they made AI for that purpose and other purposes as well. But for that purpose, they made it so that people couldn't know or, wouldn't know what's real and what's fake. Okay? But we know that Leviathan, once again, like I said, is going to show his head, man. He's going to show his face. He's going to show who he is. He's a weapon of the Lord, man. Can thou draw out Leviathan with a hook, or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? No. Can thou put a hook into his nose, or bore his jaw through with a thorn? No. Will he make many supplications unto thee? No. Will he speak soft words unto thee? No. Will he make a covenant with thee? Wilt thou take him for a servant forever? No. Wilt thou play with him as with a bird? Or wilt thou bind him for thy maidens? No. Shall thou companions make a banquet of him? Shall they part him among the merchants? Can thou fill his skin with barbed irons, or his head with fish spears? Okay, the answer to these is no. You can't do none of that with Leviathan, man. Leviathan is gonna put in some work, because the seas have not even been searched out. Maybe 5% of the seas been searched out. There's like 71% of the earth is covered by the sea. Okay, only 5% has been searched out. So imagine what's down there, bro. You don't even know. It's so much, But definitely the Lord is gonna make Leviathan come out, and they ain't gonna have nothing for him. They ain't gonna have nothing for him, Just wait and see. So I just wanted to, do a little lesson on, the signs that we're seeing in the skies, and what's to come. This place is about to be very dark. A lot of things are about to happen, man. And, we can't stress that enough. We continuously tell you that it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. And now's the time to prepare your spirit for the things you're about to see, man. And if you follow these signs and these prophecies, you'll know that time is short. So now is not the time to play around, man. Now is the time, like I always say and we always say, to establish a relationship with the Lord, man. Now is time, bro. It's time to do that. If you don't, you're going to be asked out. You're not going to be protected, man, at all. And you're going to be out here running around like a chicken with his head cut off, trying to do whatever you can to survive. And it's not going to work out in your favor, man. It's not. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to say shalom to the next one.